If you could build your dream work van, what would it be? Well, it turns out that mine is this 2014 Ford Transit Connect. In the last episode, we actually started doing some essential maintenance to this van. And in this week's episode, we're going to start modifying it. Let's get to it. So last week, I made the tough decision to ditch my 2011 Volkswagen Caddy Maxi. And although it had only just hit 100,000 miles, which is low for its year, it also had a large amount of cosmetic and mechanical issues. In the video we went through what those were, including old outdated signwriting, rust, dents and even some more major mechanical issues. But with every end there's also a new beginning, and that new beginning for me was this 2014 Ford Transit Connect, which I got for what I think was a bargain price of £4,000 on the dot. We discovered that the van had a lot of positives, including ST seats and aftermarket alloys, and it was even lowered, but at the same time it also came with a few minor issues, like a flat battery, and the battery's totally dead on it, and heavily worn rear discs and pads. We soon tackled these newly found problems, which weren't quite straightforward. I think it's fair to say I'm absolutely bamboozled as to how this tool works. However, perseverance prevailed, and before you knew it, the van was ready for the road. And now that we know that this van is roadworthy, I actually think it's time to start modifying it. And I think a really strong starting point would be these alloys. They are currently silver, and I hate silver. I'm a gloss black guy through and through. So I think we need to go down to Cal at Revive Alloy So I think we need to go down to Callum at Revive Alloy Wheel Refurbishment and get these wheels refurbished and in gloss black. I'll see you down there. So we are now at Revive Wheel Refurbishment, and Callum is going to help us get these wheels from silver and damaged to high shine gloss black. I can't tell you how much I'm a gloss black guy. And in other news, we haven't yet spoke about these M Sport stickers. They came on the van, and I actually never realised that M Sport in Fords was actually a thing. I just thought M Sports were BMWs, and I was like, why the hell is there M Sport stickers on a Ford? But apparently it is a thing. I still think I'm going to remove them. I might replace the colours actually and go with the same scheme but put vision on them or something along those lines. But after these wheels have been refurbished in the next couple of days, we're going to get round to designing the signwriting for the van and actually getting it applied by James at Strictly Sticky, which I cannot wait for. I think that's going to make such a huge difference to the van. But yeah, 2 days now we're going to be without the van. The wheels are going to be refurbed, and I'll check back in with you when we get them back. And well, Callum wasted very little time on getting to work on refurbishing these alloys for us. You'll see from the videos that there was actually a lot of pitting and corrosion underneath the original paintwork, but that was no problem. After a lot of shot blasting and acid dipping, the wheels were ready for some fresh new powder coat. And I think it's fair to say they turned out really nice. But before I show you them, I actually thought that we'd get the signwriting done on the van and then do a big reveal on it. And well, here it is. This is my dream work van on a £5,000 budget. But before I show you exactly what we've been doing the past week to this van, we actually need to get these centre caps fitted to our freshly powder coated wheels. Let's quickly get them on. So as well as all the sign writing on this van, I've actually been keeping a secret as well. The past week we have been doing a V8 engine swap on this van, and just listen to how good this now sounds. I'm only joking, of course. This is my mate's C63S, which I think you can agree sounds absolutely insane. So now you know how the new sign writing looks on my dream van, I actually want to talk a little bit more about how we got to this point. So as some of you know, my businesses used to be called Dank, and at the start of this year we recently moved over to Vision. And now my old caddy van used to be bright blue, and with our new branding it wasn't really fitting, which is why I went for white on the new van. So because I've got quite a few businesses, it was actually quite hard to portray these onto the van in a clean looking format. In the end, I actually picked my 5 main businesses and decided to just stick those on the side of the van to make it look nice and simple. We went for, in the end, UPVC spraying, business logo and website design, sign writing and graphics, alloy wheel refurbishment, and of course my number plate business. So I actually think going for 5 simple icons makes it a lot easier for potential customers that are sat next to you at sets of traffic lights, etc., to actually understand the sort of products that we sell. I see a lot of vans where they try to put too much on, and I actually think people don't have long enough when they're sat at lights to be able to read what you do. So I wanted to keep it very simple. We've got this yellow bar along here that's got our Instagram, which is where most of our work's displayed, our website, which obviously where we sell all our products, all the number plate products, all the house signs, etc. And then also the most important bit, which is my telephone number, and this links everything back to the business in terms of new custom. So I actually went for satin black on the side panels and the rear panels of the van. I think with the white icons and the yellow text, it gives that perfect contrast for customers to see what sort of services we offer. And then moving on to the rear of the van, if you remember in the pan shots at the start of the video, where the Transit Connect badges originally were, there was a lot of damage to the bodywork of the van. And I actually had these 2 doors priced at nearly £500, which would have pushed our budget over £5,000, as well as the sign writing on top of it. So I decided to not get the doors sprayed and actually sand them back and wrap straight over them. Now this gives a really clean look now. However, when I sell the van, I might have a problem with the bodywork, but I'm going to address that when it comes to it. As for the rest of the back of the van, it's fairly simple. I actually dropped down to the 4 main services that we offer across the back. 5 was stretching it too tight and was actually making it quite small. I went with the big Vision logo with our slogan underneath, which is bring your vision to life. And then obviously the most important parts at the bottom, which is our social media, website and phone number. Other than that, it's fairly simple. I just wanted to keep it nice and clean looking, nothing too over the top. So if you remember back, the van originally came with the M Sport decals along the side below the windows, and I did actually like them. I just didn't want the red, and I wasn't really a fan of the M Sport, so I thought, how can we play on that? Well, me and Jimmy, we actually came up with the idea to keep the original layout, change it to satin black to match the side panels, and actually put Vision into it rather than the M Sport, just to give it that custom look. And just for another little custom touch, just to finish the front end off, I actually went for the Vision logo with the slogan going across the sun strip. I just think it gives it that nice finishing touch to the front of the van. Nice and simple. And last but not least, we can't forget this stunning job that Cal from Revibe has done on these wheels. We've had them refurbished in gloss black, and I really do think they set the van off just nicely. So now that we have finished powder coating the alloys and actually sign writing the van, you probably sat there thinking, is this the end for the dream build? Is it complete? And the answer to that is no. There is actually a few more things I want to do to this van before it's absolutely perfect. But you're going to have to wait till next week for that. I've ordered a few bits and bobs for it and they haven't turned up yet, and I actually want to get this video out for you this Sunday to save you waiting for another week. So we are going to be doing a part 3 on this van. That is the good news. However, next week we're actually going to be starting a new project at my house, which I've been waiting absolutely ages to start filming, and I cannot tell you how good that's going to be. The DIY content is going to be on point the next month, let me tell you. Let's quickly talk about budget for this van. Are we still in budget? We spent £4,000 on the dot for the van. We then spent £120 on parts for the van, £40 labour to fit those parts, seeing as I failed so badly. And then the signwriting cost £600 on the dot, which I actually think is a really good price. And the wheels cost £200 to refurb. So we are actually still in budget, less than £5,000 for my dream van. That is going to be it for this video. There will be a part 3 coming in a week's time, where we're going to do the final last little bits to this van and get it looking absolutely perfect. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you've liked it, hit that subscribe button, leave us a comment below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
You got me feeling like a firebolt high in the sky, looking like a thunderstorm, boy. Here we go.